Hello students. So till last class we have done linear programming problems. Today also we'll continue the same. Okay. So today is like different types of linear programming. Different types means in your 12.1 or others, there directly they had given you questions, right? Constraints they had given you, and they had given you one maximize or minimum cost. Okay, telling that one z they had given you, and they're telling you find the maximus viewed plot in the graph and maximize or minimum value views to find. Now in this different types of, here their formulation was there directly. In this practically you have to find out the formulation. You'll be having in a big sentences, you have to find out the equation, form the equations, and then draw the graphically. So in this you have one based on manufacturing. Okay, one type is manufacturing problem. Okay, one is manufacturing problem, other is diet problem, and the third one is transportation problem. Transportation problems. Okay, so based on this you will be having questions. Now manufacturing is whatever you are manufacturing now, so and so items will be there. They'll tell this much is there, you have to make use of this much, like that question. In diet problem is, diet means nutritions will be there, so they tell in your nutrients in your food you must eat such carrots, or you should drink such glass of waters. Okay, like this that will be there, right? So like that questions they will frame, and from that questions we have to remove what they are telling. We have to frame in an equation form, and then you have to solve it. So before this, first write what is manufacturing, diet problem, and transportation. I'm not writing it, but I'm telling you what you have to write. Okay. So here it is. Most of them doesn't have textbook, so I'm referring you. See, manufacturing problems up to here, write it totally. We determine the number of units of different products which should be produced and sold by a firm when each product requires a fixed manpower, machine hours, labor hour per unit of a product, warehouse space per unit of the output, etc. See, in manufacturing problems, these all things will be there. These all things we must find out also. Please pause the video to note it down. You should write this. Okay, write this all sentence. Diet problems. In this diet we determine constituents or nutrients, as I said you, how much in a diet you should what you require to minimize the cost, diet, that all. Write this whole thing. Even in your transportation, in this we determine transportation schedule in order to find the cheapest way of transporting a product from plants or factories situated at different locations at different markets, two different markets, sorry. So manufacturing, write this much, diet problems, write this thing, and this also write. Okay, they may ask you for 2 marks, so for that case write it. You will be having better, it will be better for you. So we will solve one example problem, then we'll head up to exercise. Okay, so in this I'll not be writing questions in my notes, but I'll be showing you the question from textbook because it's very long. I'll just solve the problems. So we'll try to solve this. Okay, I'll try to explain you. Here they are taken a dietitian, this is a diet problem. Okay, diet problem. A dietitian wishes to mix 2 types of foods in such a way that vitamin consists of a mixture contains at least 8 units of vitamin A, 10 units of vitamin C. So here you can see there are 2 types of vitamins. One is your vitamin A and one is your vitamin C. Okay, like this you have to just frame your questions. Food 1 contains 2 kg of vitamin A and 1 unit kg of vitamin C. Okay, your food 1. Food 2 contains 1 unit of vitamin A and 2 units of vitamin C. Your food 2. 2 foods are there. Okay, and in both vitamin A is also there, vitamin C also is there, and both the quantities they are telling how much. It cost rupees 50 per kg to purchase food 1 and rupees 70 per kg to purchase food 2. So they have said cost also. Now what they are telling, formulate this problem as a linear programming problem to minimize the cost of such mixture. Okay, so see, they have given you. Now we'll try to solve the question. First we will, whatever they have given, we will first find out in equation way, and then we will formulate it. Okay. So for this question we are doing the solution. What I am writing first, let mixture contains x kg of food 1 and y kg of food 2. Okay, x and y I am taking it because we want to ultimately convert into equation, right? So x and y we need, which means our x and y are non-negative. Okay, now we will draw the table. You see, resources. In resources comes what? Vitamin A they have said, vitamin C they have said, and they have said cost. So vitamin A and vitamin C in units per kg it is, and cost is rupees per kg. Then they have said food types, right? One food type and one second food type. So and we have taken food type 1 as x and food type 2 as y. Then is the requirement, what all it is. Okay. Now we will see. Here you see, dietitian wishes to mix 2 types of foods in such a way that vitamin contains a mixture contains at least 8 units of vitamin A and 10 units of vitamin C. Requirement, what they are telling, 8 units of vitamin A and 10 units of vitamin C. So where is your vitamin A? Vitamin A requirement 8 units of vitamin A and 10 units of vitamin C. So our requirement we did. Next, what it is? Food 1 contains, now they are coming for food 1, which contains 2 units per kg of vitamin A and 1 unit kg of vitamin C, right? Vitamin A. So vitamin A contains 2 unit of your first food and 1 unit of vitamin C. You have written of your first food. Okay, vitamin A and vitamin C. Second is, second food type 2 contains 1 kg of vitamin A and 2 units kg of vitamin C. So in this vitamin A, this contains in second food 1 unit of vitamin A and 2 unit of vitamin C. Okay. So this also we have filled. Next we will see cost of what they are telling. It cost rupees 50 per kg to purchase food 1, 70 per kg to purchase food 2. So cost to purchase this food type 1, it cost how much? Rupees 50, and to purchase this it cost rupees 70, right? 50 70 only na? 50 70, and again this much only they have given. Formulate. Now you have to formulate it. Whatever they have said we have wrote it. Just we'll write in a sentence way. Okay, we'll write in a sentence way. Just pause the video to note it down. So since the mixture must contains at least 8 units of vitamin A and 10 units of vitamin C, so constraints will be what? 2x plus y, okay, greater than equal to 8. Why greater than equal to? If you don't understand like this, you can see the question. See, whenever they are asking minimize, minimize means your sign will be greater than. If it is maximize, it will be less than equal to. Okay. So your first constraint is this. Second is x plus 2y greater than equal to 10. Next is total cost z of purchasing x kg of food 1 and y kg of food 2. How much it is? Yes, z is equal to 50x plus 70y. You have this, and again constraints also you have again x positive. So mathematical formulation of problem, now which all we have, right? Minimize, they have said minimize z is equal to 50x plus 70y, subject to constraints which all it is 2x plus y greater than equal to 8, x plus 2y greater than equal to 10, x and y are positive. See, we have found it out, right? Like this, it is easy. Now what you have to do, same way procedure, draw graphically. For that, first you have to convert these two equations to equality, find out the points, draw graphically, find out the feasible region, and then we see whether it is bounded or unbounded, and then find out. Okay. Again same, to draw the graph, convert inequality to equality, take your equality, put the points. When x is 0, y is 8, when y is 0, x is 4, when x is 0, y is 5, when y is 0, your x will be 10, right? So do the graph, do it again. I'll not show you because you know only how you have to do the graph, plotting the graph and checking your feasible region. And here you should remember one, if it is bounded, no worries. If it is unbounded, minimum also you can find. Okay, in unbounded I have said you unbounded feasible region means only maximum we can't find. Okay, but minimum we can write it. If maximum they are asking, if you get unbounded feasible region, then there will be no maximum value, but minimum value you can find. And here they are asking minimum, and as you can see the textbook and draw the graph and see what you will get. Okay, take these points, draw the graph, see, check your feasible region and do this part. We'll head up to exercise. I hope it is clear how it is. See, either you can do like this box and then write like this and all, or clearly if you want you can write first food 1, food 2, and then you write vitamin A, vitamin 2, then you take let food 1 is equal to x, food 2 is equal to y, then you take objective function. Anyway, that way also I'll show you. You can see which you find the better. Main is, see in your 12.1 there was just drawing the graph, so they that was very easy for you. Here only you will be finding very difficult a little bit, because you have to remove a mathematical formulation and then you have to solve it. Okay, so main question comes at removing the mathematical formulation itself, then it will be easy because same procedure it follows, right? So we will see. I'll not write the question, same I'll show you the question and then I'll solve you. Okay, then I'll solve this previous one. Do the graph I've said you, see what you'll get, and accordingly find the question, find the answer. Okay, so I'm doing the second one. See, in your 12.2, first and foremost you should read the question properly, that's very important. After that only you can find out the equation. Okay, ನೀವು ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್ ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡಿರಿ, ಮೇನ್ ಟಾಪಿಕ್ಸ್ ಏನಿದೆ ಅದು ರೈಟ್ ಡೌನ್ ಮಾಡಿರಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಆದಮೇಲೆ ಯು ಟ್ರೈ ಟು फॉर्मुलेट इट मैथमेटिकली. ओके, अंडरस्टूड एवरीवन? पहले क्वेश्चन को समझ लेना, फिर क्वेश्चन में जो जो पूछा गया है उसका इम्पॉर्टेंट थिंग्स उसको मार्क कर देना या फिर उसको फर्स्ट लिख लेना है, देन उसको मैथमेटिकली फॉर्मुलेट कर देना है. ठीक है, तब जाके तुम लोगों को बहुत ईजी होगा सॉल्व करने के लिए. आई होप दिस मच इज क्लियर फॉर यू. सो विल रीड द क्वेश्चन. सेकेंड क्वेश्चन, one kind of cake requires 200 gram of flour and 25 kg of fat. See how I am reading and how I am marking. Okay, and see, one kind of cake, any other kind of cake requires 100 kg of flour, 50 kg of fat. Find the maximum number of cakes which can be made from 5 kg of flour, 1 kg of fat, assuming that there is no storage of the other ingredients used in making the cakes. Okay, so in short what they have said, 2 cakes they are making, in which we require flour also, we require fat also, and 200 gram flour and 25 gram fat for one cake. Another cake 100 gram flour and 50 gram fat. Then they have maximum number of cakes which can be made from 5 kg of flour and 1 kg of fat. See, here your units have changed, here it is gram and here it is kg. So this also you should be very careful enough. And assuming that there is no storage of other ingredients, and what they are asking, find the maximum number they are asking. Okay, so we'll write what all they have given first. Okay, so how I have written solution. See, cake 1, cake 2. Cake 1 also needs flour, fat. Cake 2 also needs flour, fat. Cake 1 needs how much? 200 gram flour, 25 gram fat. Cake 2 needs 100 gram flour, 50 gram fat. Okay, this you have taken. Now, what I am taking here, let number of cake 1 produced is equal to x. Okay, cake produced will be equal to x. Let number of cake second produced is equal to y. Now objective function is what they are asking, maximum. So z maximum, and what they are asking, what will be objective function? They are telling find the maximum number of cakes which can be, right, number of cakes. So your number of cakes, what we have taken, x and y, right? So your objective function becomes z max is equal to x plus y. Understood? Okay. Now is next your subject to constraints we'll find. Now next is your subject to constraints. Okay. Now subject to constraints, see they have said you subject to constraints can be made from 5 kg of flour and 1 kg of fat. Okay. Now suppose you are taking cake 1. Suppose this you are taking x per kg and this you are taking y per kg. See, to make cake 1 you need 200 gram of flour. Then to make x kg, how much you need? It will be 200 into x, right? Same fat, to make fat of to make cake 1 you need 200 gram. Then x will be how much? 25 into x. Same here, cake 2, to make cake 2 you need flour 100 into 100 grams. To make y kg, how much it will be? 100 into y. For fat, 50 grams to make cake 2. Then to make y kg, how much you required? 50 into y. Okay. And here what they have said, flour constraint, how much they have given? I'll write here. Okay. Flour constraint they have given 5 kg, right? 1 kg is equal to subject to constraints. So subject to constraints already they have said, okay, they have given that your flour shouldn't be less than your 5 kg or more than 5 kg, and fat shouldn't be more than 1 kg. Okay, it is like that. They have given, right, already in that. Now see, to make, now suppose this is x kg of cake we are making and y kg of cake, cake 1, cake 2. Okay, to make 200, to make 1 kg of cake we need 200 gram flour. Then to make x kg of cake, how much we need? 200 into x, right? Same, to make 1 kg of cake, if we need 25 gram fat, then to make x kg, how much? 25 into x. Same way, to make 1 kg of this also cake, we require 100 grams of flour. Then to make y kg, how much? 100 into y, right? Same way for fat, it will be 50 into y. Okay. Now here what they have said you, it shouldn't be greater than 5 kg. Okay, greater than 5 kg. See, this is 5 kg and it is 1 kg. Now, but here it is in grams, so we have to convert in gram, right? How it is? 1 gram is equal to 1000. I said wrong. 1 kg is equal to 1000 grams, right? So your 5 kg will be equal to how much? 5000 grams. So this will be how much? 5000 grams. Yes, your fat shouldn't be more than 5000 gram. Flour shouldn't be more than 5000 gram. And flour, what they fat, what they have said, 1 kg, right? 1 kg is equal to how much? 1000 grams. So this should be not greater than 1000 grams. Understood how you have to do? Okay, this much is very clear. You have to convert, even note down this if you don't know, if you don't remember whatever. Okay, at side, if you want you can do, or in a pencil you can write. Pause the video to note it down. So we will write our subject to constraints. So subject to constraints will be what? To make this your per gram it is, right? So this will be what? 200 into x. Yes, 200 into x to make your x kg, plus again flour 100 y to make y kg, and your flour constraint, how much they have given? 5000. So it should be less than equal to 5000, and here in bracket you write flour constraint. You know, if you write like this in bracket and all, it will be very good to, what you will tell, gain marks. Okay, marks gaining it is. Same for your fat, this is for your per gram 25 grams. So for x kg, how much it will be? 25 into x plus this will be 50 into y, and your fat constraint is how much? 1000. So less than equal to 1000, and this you can write fat constraint. Okay, fat constraint. And in this you see two equations, two constraints they won't give, but you have to write, that is x positive and y, which means they both are non-negative. Okay, you call it also as a non-negative. They won't give in the question, but you should write it. Okay, I hope this much explanation is very clear for you. Please don't get confused. Okay, this much explanation is too much enough. Now we have to draw the graph, right? So how we do? Okay, so what we do to draw graph, we have to convert inequality into equality, right? Here, right, we have to I have to write this, and what it is, 200x plus 100y is equal to 5000, 25x plus 50y is equal to 1000. Okay, so if you want, we can reduce this also. Totally through 100 it goes. I'll write here only, through 100 you can divide this. 100 2s are, 100 1s are, and 100 5s are 550, right? So you get 2x plus y is equal to 50. Okay, divide it by through 100, and this also you'll get through 25, right? 25, here shall I write 25 1s are, 25 2s are 50, and this is 25 4s are 100, and so 40. Divide it throughout. You can simplify it, right? It is very easy. Now find the points, plot the graph. Okay. Even I have written here, divide by 100, divide by 25, if by chance you don't understand. Okay. So first when we take our x is 0, y will be our 50. Second, when we take y 0, x will be 225, right? So x will be 25, and here also when we take x is 0, y will be 220, and when you take y 0, x will be 40. Very simplest way, we go with our zeros only. You can take any points, it's your wish, not necessarily you go along only, but this is like very accurate na sometimes. So we'll plot a graph. Okay, please pause the video to note it down everything, students. And this also I have written everything in pencils also, you can note this down if you don't understand, if you don't remember. So I have drawn the graph, okay, and I have plotted also. For your first equation, this is your second equation. See, here first it was what? When x is 0, y is 50, and when x is 25, y is 0. So you got this line. This is your straight line of your equation 1. Okay, 2x plus y 50. Second was here when x is 0, y is 20. When x is 40, y is 0. This was your x plus 2y. X plus 2y is equal to 40. This was your second. So this straight line you have got. To find the midpoints, equate these questions. Okay. So see, better you write the actual question only. 200x plus 100y is equal to 5000, and 25x plus 50y is equal to 1000. That will be very good for you. Okay, it will be better. Write this. Don't write this equation. Okay. Now you have to find your midpoint. Midpoint I have said you, either do your substitution method, like find from here x and put in this, or elimination method. Either of them do it. Okay, either of them, however you do, it will be grateful. You will get intersection points only. So I have applied my elimination method. Obviously for this I am applying 2x plus y is equal to 50, and here x plus 2y is equal to 40 it is. Okay, to make this equation either equal or this, whatever, you have to multiply 2. I am multiplying for equation 2 because I am eliminating x. So this becomes 2x plus y is equal to 50, and this will be 2x plus 4y is equal to 80. Minus minus sign, cut off. Plus y minus 4y is minus 3y. 50 minus it is minus 30. So y is how much? 10 you get. To find out x, what we do? We substitute our x value, y value, and you get 40 minus 20. So you get x is equal to 20. Yes, so x 20, y 40. So intersection point is 20, 10. So here intersection point you have got 20, 10. Okay, so now you have to check your feasible region. So first one is what? 200x plus 100y, it is less than equal to 5000. Okay, so if I put 0 is less than 5000, yes, it is true. So your region will be what? This region, right? See this line it is, so it will be this region. Where 0 lies, it will be that region. Okay, if it is true, it will be this region. If it is false, then opposite of origin, which part will be there? Na? That will be your feasible region. Okay, if you don't understand in such a way, you can do. Second is your 25x plus 50y less than equal to 1000. So if you put 0, this is also true. It is true only, right? So the region will be what? Again, for this line also this. See, for this whole, this section will be for this line, and for this line it will be this section. So common point is which? Common is this region. So we will shade our common region. So like this, shade it. So you got 1, 2, 3. This region you have got. So this line you'll get A, B, C, and even one will be your origin 0, 0, right? So this you can just essay, you can note it down that this is your feasible region, and it is bounded, right? So it is bounded only. So you have closed. Now we will find what they have said you maximum. Okay, so we will find our maximum, your corner points, right, or vertex, and then your maximum. Substitute x, y values and see which number is maximum. So I have written your vertex, your z max is equal to x plus 5, your objective function. See, when you put 0 plus 0, it will be 0, 0, 20. So x is 0, y is 20 means you get only 20, 20, 10. So 20 plus 10 is 30, 25, 0. So it will be 25. So here your maximum point, you can see it is 25 at the point 25, 0. So at last you can write, therefore maximum z is equal to 25 at point 25, 0. Okay, please be careful with your feasible region. Again once I'll explain you. See, feasible region for your this line, it will be this whole part, right, this much whole, and for this line it will be this everything. Now in this both line, which is common, this part is coming common for both, so we shade that part. Okay, so this was your question number 2. Now we'll see some other question. So now we'll see question number 3. A factory makes tennis rackets and a cricket bat. A tennis racket takes 1.5 hours of a machine time and 3 hours of a craftsman time. I think this is a manufacturer. Yes, manufacturer problem it is. I think no, it is, right, because it is manufacturing. Where I was, okay, 3 hours of craftsman time in its, just mark this first. Okay, well, cricket bat takes 3 hours of machine time and 1 hour of craftsman time. Okay, here machine time is 1.5 hours, 3 hours. Okay, in a day the factory has a availability of not more than 42 hours of a machine time, 24 hours of a craftsman time. Okay, they have given their availability time, more than 42 hours they can't make it for machine time, and 24 hours of craftsman time. Okay, so this much whatever they have given, we have written. Okay, how much they have given? Tennis cricket, about tennis cricket they are telling, and in tennis cricket there is 2 common point, that is machine time and craftsman time. Yes, and what they are telling, your tennis racket takes how much? 1.5 hours of machine time. Okay, 1.5 hours machine time and 3 hours of craftsman time. So we've written the same. And for cricket it takes 3 hours of machine time and 1 hour of this craftsman time. And what they have said, availability should be not more than 42 hours. Not more than 42 hours means at most how much it should be? Availability for your machine time it is 42 hours and for your craftsman it is 24 hours. Okay. Now the first question what they are asking, what number of rackets and bats must be made if the factory is to work at full capacity? So you should know now what you have to take number for rackets and bats, right? So what we are writing, let the number of tennis rackets made is equal to x, let the number of cricket bats is equal to y. And here you see second points they have said, if the profit on a racket and on a bat is rupees 20 and 10 respectively, find the maximum profit of the factory when it works at full capacity. So this is your objective function, right? For your one racket it takes profit of rupees 20 for your racket, and for bat it is 10, right? For your bat it is 10. I hope you can see the question, and they're asking maximum profit. So your objective function will be Z maximum. So what the profit for one tennis racket, it will be 20 rupees profit you get, and for one cricket bat they get 10 rupees profit. Okay. So our objective function will be what? Just underline this, Z max. So it will be 20 into x plus 10 into y, right? Because for one so much they are telling. Now we will find out our subject to constraints. Okay, we understood, right? We have taken number of tennis racket XC. For your one tennis racket it is making 20 rupees profit. So for your X tennis racket, how much it will take? 20 into X. Same way, right? To make your one bat it is making 10 rupees profit. To make a Y, how much it will be? 10Y. Subject to constraints also same. See, to make your X cricket it is taking how much? To make your one tennis it is taking like 1.5 hour. So for your X will be how much? 1.5 into X. In the same way for cricket it will be 3 into Y, right? And at most they have taken, at most means it shouldn't be more than maximum, more than means it should be less than equal to, right? It shouldn't be more than means it will be less than or equal to. So subject constraints will be to make one tennis racket it is 1.5. So X will be how much? 1.5 into X plus 3Y. So less than equal to 42, because they have said not more than. This is machine time constraint. Same for your craftsman time, 3 into X plus 1 into Y less than equal to 24, crafts time constraint. And I have already said you this they won't give, and but you have to write it, XY non-negative constraint. So to draw graph we have to convert inequality to inequality. So write it. So you have converted inequality 1.5x. So you have converted to equality, that is 1.5x plus 3y is equal to 42, 3x plus y is equal to 24. So finding out the value, when x is 0 your y becomes 14, when your y is 0 x is 28, and also when you put x is 0 y you get 24, when you put y is 0 you get x 8. Now we are plotting the graph. Okay, so first when x is 0 y is 14, so here I have marked. Second is when x is 28 y is 0, so here I have marked. So this will be a straight line. Second is when your x is 0 y is 24, so this, and when your x is 8 y is 0, and this will be a straight line. Okay, so you have drawn. Here you get point of intersection, and I have said you how you have to find your point of intersection. These two equation either do with your substitution method or elimination method. Okay, and find the point. Again I will not solve this, please do it. So intersection point you get 4, 12. So we will check our feasible region. One is 1.5x plus 3y less than equal to 42, it is, yes. So 0, yes, this is true. So true. Which is a line? 1.5, it is this line. So origin comes here itself, so it is true for this section. This section it will be opposite of this is not. Okay, if it was false then you would have taken this part. Second is here 3x plus y less than equal to 24, 0, even this is true. Okay, so which is the line? This is the line, and your region will be this. So now for those both the things, the common region is which? This part, right? So we will shade this part. You shade it like this. Okay, shade in such a way, and you get this as your feasible region, and this is also your, say, bounded only, right? Yeah, they are bounded. You can name the points A, B, C, and your origin, that is 0, 0. Okay, when it is true then it will be of origin part your feasible region. If it is false it will be opposite of your origin, that will be this part of your feasible region. Okay, so find out. They have set maximum, right? Yeah, maximum. So find out what is the maximum point. So I have done. For 0, 0 origin, if you put x0, y0, it will be 0 itself. Next point A 0, 14. So x you are putting 0, so this term will be 0. 10, y is 14, so 10 into 14 is 140. B point is 4, 12. So 20 into 4 is 80, 10 into 12 is 120, 80 plus 120 is 200. C x is 8, so put here 8, y term 0, so 20 into 8 is 160. They are asking maximum, so our you can see here only, this is our maximum, right? This is our maximum, so therefore you can write the maximum point. You can write maximum z is equal to 200 at point 4, 12. Okay, so this is your final answer. I hope it is clear. Please pause the video to note it down, students. Okay. Take a question number 4. See, question number 4 tells a manufacturer produce nuts and bolts. It takes 1 hour of work on a machine A and 3 hours on machine B to produce package of nuts, 3 hours on machine A and 1 hour on machine B to produce package of bolts. He earns profit of rupees 17.50 per package on nuts and 7 per kg on bolts. How many packages of each should be produced each day so as to maximize his profit if he operates his machine for at most 12 hours a day? Okay, this is kind of similar on it, similar to your third question only. So whatever they have given, main of nuts and bolts, it is 2 machines, machine A and machine B, and they have said to make nuts, machine A requires 1 hour and machine B requires 3 hours, and to produce package of bolts, 3 hours is required by machine A and 1 hour it is required by bolt. Okay, and what they are telling, maximize at most means like it shouldn't be more than 12 hours a day for both. Okay, for at most hours a day, maximize if he operates his machines for both, they have said. And profit, what they have said, if for one nut they earns the profit of how much, 17.50, and for one bolt they earns per package, per package, okay, not what I'm telling, for per package, okay, one package they earns the profit how much, 17.50, and for bolt they earns 7 rupees. Okay, so we'll write all that. So whatever they had given we have written. For nuts, bolts, machine A requires how much, 1 hour, and machine B requires 3 hours. For bolts it required 3 hours and 1 hour, and at most how much it was telling, 12 hours. 12 hours for both, right? So how we take, let number write properly, okay, NUMBR you write it. Let number of package of nuts be X, number of package of bolts be Y. Profit, what they were telling, profit they were telling 17.50 for per package, okay, for per package, and this was your 7 for per package. Suppose this for per package if it takes 1 hour, so then for X package how much it takes, and for Y packages how much it will take, right? So it will be 1 into X, 3 into Y, right? So your objective function will be what, max 17.50, yes, for your per package they are taking 17.50 profit. So for your X packages how much they will take, 17.50 into X. Same for your per package they were taking 7 rupees profit. So for Y packages how much they will take, 7 into Y, right? So plus 7 into Y, subject to constraints, what it becomes, this is 1 into X plus 3 into Y. So this is at most, it shouldn't be more than, and maximum they are telling, so it will be less than equal to 12, and this is nuts constraint. Okay, this is the nut constraints, and this is bolts constraint. Okay, for bolts, see, this will be 3x for machine, okay, 3x and 1y nut and bolt, right? Sorry, here I have written wrong, right? This should be machine A constraints and this should be machine B constraints, right? Because for machine A we are taking nuts and bolts. Okay, be careful in this also while writing. See, telling you I have written wrong. And one more, the constraints which they don't give, that is non-negative, which you have to write it, right? Non-negative constraints. So you have got your subjective function and you have got your subjective constraints. So solve it, do the graph. It is left you as a homework. Okay, draw the graph and find your maximum point. See your fifth question. If you read the question, it is also same as your fifth one. Pause the video to note your question. Okay. Even your 6 and 7 also, they are same as your fourth one, so I am not going to solve that. Let's check some other question. Okay, so we'll see the 10th one. 10th one, what it tells, there are two types of fertilizers, F1 and F2. F1 consists of 10% of nitrogen, 6% of phosphoric acid. F2 consists of 5% of nitrogen and 10% of phosphoric acid. After testing the soil conditions, a farmer finds that she needs at least 14 kg of nitrogen and 14 kg of phosphoric acid for her crop. If F1 cost rupees 6 kg, okay, F1 cost rupees 6 kg and F2 cost rupees 5 kg, determine how much each type of fertilizer should be used so that nutrient requirements are met at a minimum cost. What is the minimum cost? Okay, so here they have given you fertilizers F1 and F2. Your requirements are what? Nitrogen, phosphoric acid. Okay, so in percent they have given, so convert it in your decimals. Okay, 10% means 0.10, 6% will be 0.06. Okay, now this also I should show you. 10 divided by 100 you do, 6 divided by 100. Okay, so we'll write what all they have given. First to leave this. So fertilizers F1, F2 they have given, and nitrogen and phosphoric acid it is. Okay, nitrogen for F1 it is 10%. Okay, so convert your percent, it will be 0.10, 10% will be 0.10. Phosphoric acid is 6%. Okay, 6%, don't write 0.60. 60 means what? It will be for 60. This is 0.06. Okay, 6% means 0.06. 60 will be what? Here 0.60. Okay, don't get confused. In your F2 what they are telling? 5%. So 0.05 and 10% of phosphoric acid, that is 0.10. Then after that what they said, she needs at least 14 kg. Okay, 14 kg nitrogen, 14 kg or phosphoric acid. Yes, so now I will write, let F1 fertilizer used be is equal to X kg, F2 fertilizer used is equal to Y kg, right? So objective function, see objective function we have to write. They are telling if F1 cost rupees 6, okay, F1 cost rupees 6 per kg, F2 cost rupees 5 per kg. This is not like a profit, you don't write, it's okay, you can write whatever. For your 1 kg, how much percent it is telling? 0.10. Then for your X it will be how much? Right. Yes, for your X kg, it will be how much? 6 into X. Yes, and for your phosphoric, what it is telling? 5 kg. F2 cost how much? 5 kg. So for Y kg, if it is 0.05 or 0.010, so 5 kg how much it will be? 5 into Y, right? 5 into Y. But they are asking minimum, so Z of minimum subject to constraints will be what? 0.10x plus 0.05 at least they are telling. So this will be what? Greater than, means it should be more than or equal to 14. So here subject to constraints you get 0.1. See, this is of your percent, right? Okay, this is your percent, like 10%. It is not like kg, because 0.10 kg. You know, this all comes in a percent. This is liquids, right? So how you have to write? 0.01 into x kilogram they have said. See, it is same only kilogram, so then this is percent, so it's okay. Kilogram plus 0.05, at least they are telling. Minimum they are asking, so greater than or equal to 14. 0.0x, 0.01 y greater than equal to 14. So nitrogen constraints, phosphoric acid constraint, and even this you have to write, they have not given. XY is non-negative constraints. Okay, subjects to constraints, objective question. Find the graph, draw the graph, plot it and see minimum point what you will get. Check first a feasible region what it will be. Okay, so take this also as your homework. Try to do it, please students. This is very important. From this you will get at least this 6 marks question. You get 6 marks, one question will be from this topics only. Okay, so we'll meet in our next class. Take down your first question as your homework. Take down your first question as your homework, and your 4th one and 10th one, draw the graph. Take your this as a homework, and 4th and 10th one, draw the graph. Pause the video to note your question if you can't see. So thank you, we'll meet. 10th one, it is in point wise, it's okay. Do in a point wise, or if you want to convert in your fraction wise, everything multiply with 100 or 1000, depends on you. Okay, if you don't want point wise means, if you don't want this point wise means, this everything multiply with 100 or multiply with 1000. Okay, do it in such a way and you can do it. Your wish, or if you want, you keep it like this only and do it. So we'll meet in the next class. Thank you.